Good afternoon. Welcome back to Golden Acres. I'm Kim, and today we're gonna do Homestead tour update. So if you've watched my previous tours, you'll see what's changed. If not, you'll get an introduction to what we've got going on here. So we moved to Missouri in the summer. We bought a little under 30-acre homestead, originally built by the Amish, and it was bought 15 years ago, remodeled, sold again 5 years ago to just people who didn't upkeep. So everything's overgrown. Things were just like dusty because they didn't use the building, so it was just storage. But then they left like the doors open and leaves threw in and broke down and got wet. So lots of cleanup, lots of other little things to do. Cut down weeds, fix fences, take down unreasonable fences. So I guess we'll start with, there's the house, for those of you who haven't seen it before. And it was originally just the 2-story part. Each of the sides are an addition. While the original house was being built, this little shed is where the family of 9 lived while the house was being built. This building over here is just a horse barn. So it was built around another lean-to, which will go in that building in a little bit. Over there's the corn crib. Originally we weren't sure if we were going to use it or keep it, but right now we have it set up for storage. So it's wood storage and metal storage. Here, this building used to be a wood shop. We've actually found the original sign for the wood shop when the wood shop closed. That was hanging up on this door. So that's, at least 5 years old on the ground, like literally under crazy stuff. So then over here we have the well. It is just a hand pump currently. The house was hooked up to city water. When it was originally remodeled, it's city water and all electric, so there is no propane or natural gas. So it's a hand pump well, and we actually enjoy having it. We can convert it over, and we're getting that kind of priced up right now. So then we have over here, I'll start with our next project, which is going to be mostly my project rather than Andrew's. So this fence was not built well. So we're going to take it down. We're going to put hog panels because we want to get IPPs, also known as Idaho pasture pigs. And we're going to put them out here. So this whole fence right here, I will be taking down probably over the weekend. And I'm going to be turning the fence into raised garden beds. And I will show you the problem with the fence. Here, let's go over here and see a good example first. So, like this is clearly all the way in between the 2 posts, and it is blocked up. That's how it's supposed to be. Same with over here, because the cap's off, you can probably see in there. So you've got the original board. They're both about halfway through, and then screwed on. Hey, May, do you want to be the star of the show? Silly kitty. If you haven't met May yet, her full name is actually Mater, because the boys named her. But because she's a girl, we call her May. And our other cat is named Sunny. So then they both have nature names. But down here, and you can see they tried to fix it with what I believe is a cattle panel. The bottom's hard to see, so hog panels are shorter squares, rectangles at the bottom. This is to keep piglets from out. So this wasn't put together correctly because you can see that there's no way this could have been held in here. So, but because we're going to have pigs anyway, we're just going to pull all this down and put up the hog panels. And we'll pull it down all the way down to here. Right here used to be a fence. We took that out for ease of mowing. And also, it wasn't doing much back here. There wasn't another fence to keep livestock in this area. That's not necessarily a safe area to keep livestock. So we moved it. So here's my greenhouse. It has been a very warm fall, so I haven't even moved anything into my greenhouse yet. But we will be doing some spinach and finishing off brassicas in there this fall / early winter. So we haven't done much to it yet. So that extra in there was framing to pull it off the camper, or that's a camper, off the trailer without hurting it. And it has a fan, electricity. There's a spot for a heater. If you haven't seen our greenhouse video, that's where we're gonna start with that. I don't know what, it's like 70 something degrees outside, so it's like 90 in there. And of course we haven't hooked up to electricity and nothing's in there. So it's not gonna cool itself down either. But until it gets really hot, I'm not even gonna worry about, or it gets really hot. Until it gets really cold, I'm not gonna worry about it. Then back here, the shop, which I never unlock before I start doing videos, and I never bring my keys out. So it's gotten a lot of cleanup and it's gotten reorganized. But I don't know how many people would notice how much reorganization it's gotten. Our neighbors are out cutting wood today. Actually, the neighbors down the road here are back on the other neighbor's property. As you know, many of you know, we live in a large Amish area, and so one of our neighbors is going to cut wood for the winter. So this is the building we've done lots of work on. We've gotten shelving put up. That window got covered. It's not fixed totally properly, but got more shelving and more shelving. And this trailer here is a welding trailer. It has a generator on it and a welder, of course. And it was given to us by my brother-in-law, who's retiring. So he will, tripping off the stuff. We haven't organized yet. We just got it unloaded. It's not even fully unloaded yet. So we got that. And then just stuff to organize and get up on that. So we'll get stuff organized and get stuff up on the trailer. And then we're also going to be taking down, so this fence, which is what we call partially our useless fence. And we don't necessarily have a big plan for this barn. We're going to turn the pasture into a hay field. So we'll probably just do hay storage. So we've got this fence and all the way down to the medium pond. All that stuff's going to come out. I think this will come out. Silly kitty. Then that back building, it's going to come down because it's just too far away from the house to be super useful outside of storage. Hi, sweet man. So then we still haven't taken this off. We are going to. It's just a project that hasn't taken priority. Eventually we would like to get, wood storage, just like it's been full. So it's a project for another day, but this tree is going to come down and we can't use the trunk because there are carpenter ants in it. It's just going to, once it gets cold and they go into hibernation, we're going to cut it down. Probably when it's snowing too, that way they can't move anywhere. So there's going to be snow on the ground. Anything that has ants' nest in it will immediately go into a burn pile and be burned, and we'll burn the stump. But everything else that's good, we'll chop up and put in here. So we'll actually be decent for the winter. All right, and a little garden update. I went to my sister's wedding. My brassicas got attacked. But they're doing pretty good. I mean, cilantro is taking over. which is fine, but at the same time, I don't do actually that much with the cilantro. It was just a why not grow. Although my middle, who is 3 now, has been picking cilantro and just eating it straight. You know, but at the same time, I can't complain. So I actually have 4 plants in here, and they were planted kind of closely. And they were the pitiful ones that I wasn't sure was going to make it. This was empty, so I was just like, whatever, just put them in there. It's not that much more work. I just have this little mini garden this year. This one's my best plant. So I think I'm going to have to move him and put him into a different tub. I had planted more spinach. A couple spots are coming up. I'd filled this in because I'd started harvesting off of it. I lost my chives, so I put spinach in this one too, and they're coming up. This little guy is also a broccoli plant that was pitiful, and then when we went to my sister's wedding, it got eaten alive, like nothing was left, and then it kept growing. So sometimes things just survive. I need to come through and weed again because I didn't make any of these a sterile bed. And carrots are doing great. I keep just thinning them slowly and adding stuff, but I'm to the point where I think I'm just going to let them finish. It'll be like right before Thanksgiving that they'll be done. I'm supposed to make chicken noodle soup. So I think we're going to have some fresh carrots and some chicken noodle soup. The dull grass here, that's our property. The nice bright green over there is still the neighbor's property, as much as I would love to buy it off of them. And that's where we're going to put our garden this year. We are going to get black plastic, not a silage tarp. My dad gets product in with wrapped in black plastic, and he's just going to bring it over and we're going to hold it down with bricks. So we're going to do money saving there. By doing that, also can get a lot of cardboard from my husband's work and there to lay down in the raised beds before we fill them with dirt. So there's what I call the medium pond, because it's the medium pond. And I've not been out here to film our large pond. And it is a fully stocked pond. You can go catching. And what I mean by that is you pretty well catch something every cast. So if you ever are like, I'm one of those people who enjoys catching fish, but I don't love the fishing part. Well, if you want to go catching, you can come out here. It's a beautiful spot. The grass has grown out a little bit, but we have so many locust trees. Gonna have to come out here. We'd like to make this a hayfield. Won't happen next year because we have to come in and take out the locust trees. I have just stepped on one of the little stumps that got mowed down when we mowed this path. Oh, I'm being followed by a Kit Kat. She loves attention. Thanks for going on this tour with me and being a part of our channel. We love the work that we're doing. The hard work is worth it to revitalize this place, and every day it gets a little bit more like we want. You know, we've got a good community out here. As much as we do miss our friends and are excited to see them when they come down here in a few weeks that we used to live by, this is an amazing piece of property, and we have been blessed by God, and by listening to Him, we were brought to this wonderful place with these wonderful neighbors, and we have wonderful friends who were willing to drive 6 hours to help us with projects, and they enjoy that, and it's a blessing for them. I get to be closer to my sister. My husband gets to be closer to his sister. except my other sister is in Alaska. I don't think I'm ever going to get to where I'm actually closer to her unless she moves back here. But thanks for coming on this journey with us. God bless.